And we are live. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. I am your host, Blake Ruffino. This is Are You Serious Sports? This is the LSU postgame show. Everyone joining us, do us a favor by hitting the like and share. Share it to some groups. Share it to your personal page. Hit the subscribe button on YouTube. Hit that retweet on Twitter. This kind of says it all, okay? Six Packs of Kids on YouTube says LSU basketball is trash. Brandon Reese on YouTube says Will Wade might be gone after this season. As I sip on my official AYS bourbon whiskey. Guys, that's atrocious. Okay, atrocious. I've been kind of waiting for the day that somebody would go out there and just talk and just be honest about this LSU basketball team. Like, I really wish someone would be honest about this LSU basketball team and just call it what it is. Because night after night, game after game, LSU continuously goes out there and lays an egg in the second half. I'm not about to come out here and bash Will Wade. I'm not going to do that. I don't want to do that. But we have to take a stand at some point. Let's look at this box score. Look. I think Will Wade is a good coach. Great, not yet. He's done some good things. Trendon Watford goes back home and goes 3 of 13. Javonte Smart, 4 of 15. Cam Thomas, 8 of 19. And let's call a spade a spade. Let's call a spade here. It's selfish basketball. From start to finish tonight. And it's been that way for weeks. It's been that way for games. But in the beginning of the season, we knew that this team would have a lot of talent. We knew that this team would have experience. We knew all of this going into the game. And into the season, I should say. You're getting your ass beat. You're not even competitive. Guys, in the start of the second half, LSU went 2 of 14 on shots. 2 of 14. And I'm supposed to sit here and act like, oh, well, guys, this is the LSU postgame show. Rudy, way to go. Yippee! Bullshit. Mark on YouTube says Wofford is lazy in play. He's been lazy. The pass against Texas Tech and the inbounds pass at the end of the game was lazy. Sometimes I just feel like these guys don't know what to do. Very talented, yes. Will they probably be in the NBA one day? Maybe so. But I'm going to have to get someone on here who knows basketball well more than I do because I'm a football guy. But I know laziness when I see it. I know guys that are making stupid plays when I see it. Let's look at the assist total. Let's look. Assist. Guys, LSU had 8 assists tonight. 8.
I'm finally
8 assists. You did almost half of what Alabama had. If you want to play me selfish basketball, that's great. You're going to get your asses kicked. I think it's time we start putting the heat on Will Wade a little bit. Everyone joining the show, my name is Blake Ruffino. This is Are You Serious Sports? We appreciate all the newcomers that are listening to the show tonight. Do us a favor by hitting the like and hitting the share. We have more that we want to talk about. LSU did have National Signing Day today. I didn't want to go live during the basketball game. I don't like doing a show during a game. That kind of drives me nuts. I'd rather go later if I can. So this is the LSU postgame show. Colin Thibodeau says, I got in my truck, turned on the radio, and heard Chris Blair say the Tide were up by 20 and immediately changed the station. You better continue. This team doesn't have that. You know what this team doesn't have? They have the talent. They don't have that dog. That like, hey man, game on the line. They don't have a Tremont Waters. They don't have a Skylar Mays. They just don't have that dog in them. That, hey man, you hit a three. All right, I'm about to come back down the floor. Watch this. I'm about to make an analogy. I'm not wanting to get into the debate of LeBron James, but watch LeBron James play. Hey, you make a three. Watch me come down here and hit another three right behind you. They don't have that dog in them. It's aggravating as shit. And it kind of goes a little bit to Will Wade, right? Like, are we going to sit here and say that none of this is on Will Wade? You can't say that you don't have the talent. You have a top 5 recruiting class. Don't tell me that you don't have the talent. At what point do we take a step back and say, hey, you better start picking it up a little bit? I'm not going to write off Will Wade right now, but I'm not far behind it. Mark on YouTube says, choke job. Marvin Mackey, exactly what I just talked about, says no fight. Wofford is, Blaine Smith says Watford is average. Yeah, he's average. This is what drives me nuts, right? Like, just drives me insane to no end. He gives all the effort on the offensive side of the offensive side of the floor. You get the defense, he doesn't give a shit. Let's just call it what it is. He just doesn't care. Jay Tatted on Periscope says Brian Thomas committing and signing tomorrow somewhere. Yeah, look, I saw Mike Scarborough broke the story on TigerBait.com literally during the game. Brian Thomas is going to sign tomorrow. There is some thought process that it might be Texas A&M. There is a lot of people that I talked to during the damn game. Couldn't even, stop during the damn game. There are some people that say LSU. So I'm going to be honest. I have no sourcing on this one. And you guys know that watches, I don't have anything on this one. So I do not know where Brian Thomas is going. So listen to your Mike Scarboroughs and so on and so forth. But Mike Scarborough just broke the story on TigerBait.com in reference to Brian Thomas. And it's interesting. Hey, I'm not going to commit today. I'm going to commit tomorrow. At some point, where is this? Hey, I want this all about me. Say everybody committed yesterday, which will be tomorrow, but everybody committed yesterday. I kind of want my own thing, and I don't think Brian Thomas Jr. is doing that. I think he has people in his camp that are doing that. It's going to come down to A&M and LSU. A&M has one receiver committed to this class. LSU has a talented wide receiver core. We'll see. He has a good relationship with Chris Hilton. We'll see. Brant Robbins says, WTF, selfish basketball, right? And is Wade unable to coach defense? It feels that way. And what's crazy is his staple, like his thing coming into LSU was he was a good defensive coach. That's where I just take a step back. And I remember his opening press conference, like, hey, Will Wade's a damn good defensive basketball coach. Where is that going? Again, like I mentioned, I'm not about to write off Will Wade. I'm not going to write off Will Wade here just yet. But what I am going to do is I'm going to start questioning everybody in the chat, all 207 of you. Give me a thumbs up if you believe that Will Wade should start getting questioned. Should we start questioning Will Wade? I think that we should. And I don't think that there's a problem in doing so. Selfish basketball from start to finish. Very selfish basketball. That's just aggravating to watch. All right, let me get to the top and get to some more of these comments. Sorry, guys, I lost my spot. Matthew Daigle says, as Blake, I don't think it's all on Will Wade. He needs better assistance, in my opinion. Wade is a really good coach. Where? Like, where? It falls on him as a basketball coach. This isn't like a, yes, I agree that does Will Wade need an X's and O guy? Sure, but that's on Will Wade. Hey, if we're going to put Bo Pelini on Ed Orgeron, then you better put the assistants on Will Wade then. And what's crazy about this, Ed Orgeron won a natty in 2019. And you still have some people that are writing him off in 2020, now going into 2021. That's nuts to me. Marvin Mackey says, Cam Thomas, red light. He takes bad shots, man. He takes absolutely horrific shots at times. Blaine says, Bama actually played poorly and still destroyed us. Yeah, you almost got beat by, what was the score, 78-60? Yeah, you got beat by 18. Alabama played like shit, and you got almost beat by 20. I'm going to say this right now, and we can put the shelf on this for a couple of days before LSU baseball starts. LSU fan base really needs LSU baseball to perform in a big-time way. I don't think that those kids will ever understand the magnitude of that, but they need to. Lonnie Young Jr. says, ask Blake, Will Wade can recruit, but he can't coach or teach. You got to one Sweet 16 and you haven't done anything, and he wasn't even a coach during the Sweet 16. I mean, guys, he was suspended. He was suspended. Holden Lee says, honestly, we're overhyped and we really aren't that good. I see why Cam Thomas was overlooked. We just aren't a good team. Well, Cam Thomas is a damn good offensive player, but on the defensive side, we just don't have that dude. We do not have that dog. Tremont Waters, Skylar Mays, the guy that was probably not really well recruited, the guy that has the dog in him, we don't have that guy. Everybody's about me. It's like that Toby Keith song. Want to talk about me, want to talk about I, want to talk about the number one, oh my, me, my. If LSU lost tonight, 78-75, 78-70, okay. Alabama's the best team in the SEC. We've seen that. But when you're getting blown out, Hunter Daigle says, Will Wade is not an in-game coach. He can recruit, but is struggling with the rest. Yeah, he's struggling. He needs strong assistants around him. Hey, look, he's I hate to say it like this. He's Ed Orgeron. He's Ed Orgeron. Blake Doucette on Facebook Live says, ask Blake, good thing baseball is around the corner again. I agree with that. Jacob Bryson says, get me on there to talk basketball then. Okay. Well, I need somebody that can talk basketball, but I think we all know what we're saying, right? Like this isn't something that we're just going by the wayside and saying, hey, you know what? I don't know what I'm looking at. I'm pretty sure all of us know exactly what in the hell we're looking at. Hammer24 says, should Joe Burrow be on the cover of the new NCAA football game? Hell yeah. Well, I mean, absolutely. Garrett on Facebook Live says, ask Blake what's worse, watching the Pels or the basketball Tigers? Well, I'm going to be a little honest. I haven't watched much of the Pels. Like, I'll watch a second half and they're getting dominated. So I don't watch much of the Pels. So basketball, I mean, LSU's my thing. Hunter Daigle says, ask Blake, no discipline and don't play like a team. No, they don't play like a team, guys. This is a selfish basketball team. Always has been from the start of the season, and it continues. It's like Will Wade hasn't gone in that locker room and says, stop being selfish. Hey, Cam Thomas, when you're triple covered, when three guys are on you, Don't do a turnaround shot up and bank off the back of the backboard, literally tonight. You guys remember that? Or back of the backboard. Off the side of the backboard. 3 guys had their hands up in this man's face, and he shot it. Everybody talking about Cam Thomas is going to leave for next season. Where? Yeah, he can score, but he's like James Harden. He can't defend. Stupid shot selection. I see some comments flying in right here about Brian Thomas. Jeremiah Phillips says Brian Thomas signing and committing tomorrow. Yes, he is. Mike Scarborough on TigerBait.com broke that story. I mean, we've had Mike on a lot of times on this show. He broke a story on TigerBait that Brian Thomas is committing tomorrow, right around the lunchtime, maybe a little bit after lunch. So we will have a decision from Brian Thomas around lunchtime. Some people are saying A&M. Some people are saying LSU. I don't know what to, and then, like I've said, I don't have any sourcing on this yet. So it feels to me that Brian Thomas, does it feel like it's a lean to LSU? Yes. But if he comes out and puts a Texas A&M hat on tomorrow, and you know what's even crazier about his recruitment, and I'm just throwing a random ass team out there. If he puts an Oregon hat on, that son of a bitch, when he's putting his hat on tomorrow, if he's just putting an Oregon hat on or whatever crazy school, it also wouldn't surprise me. Understand what I'm trying to tell you right now. Jason Morgan on Facebook Live says Smart wants to throw up a 30-footer. Let me stop right there. Yes, he did. Bro. My man literally shot a 32-footer. He heaved it up there like it was halftime. I don't know, man. Billy Reddy says it's not going to be with LSU. Talking about Brian Thomas. I don't know, man. I don't know. Billy, if you got some sourcing in here, let the people know, because I don't. Country 2529 says, ask Blake. They're not a team. It's a bunch of individuals playing selfish hand. You can't win with that. Country, I agree with you, brother. Country, I normally, y'all, when Country comments on Periscope, Facebook, whatever it is, I normally agree with him. Brandon Reese says, need to recruit some bigger dudes. Yeah, we do. I mean, they went all in on Musa Cisse and lost. They lost. So, Carlton Cisco, what's up, Carlton? What's up, my man? He says, when you're bad on defense, it forces you to be perfect on offense. Tough to watch. So I listened instead. We are miles ahead of where we were 5 years ago. I ride with Coach Wade. Hope you're doing well, Blake. Don't have a heart attack, my man. Carlton, I get what you're saying, but being miles ahead of where you were 5 years ago doesn't mean anything to me. Because 5 years ago, yes, did you have Ben Simmons? Yes, and you lost, and that's what got Johnny Jones fired. Let's not forget that. Johnny Jones got fired because he had the number 1 pick in the NBA draft and couldn't do anything with it. So now that you have a talented team around you and you can't win and it's selfish basketball, I don't care what you did 5 seasons ago. 5 seasons ago mean nothing to me. If you were recruiting in the mid-20s, okay, whatever. But when you go out there and put top 5 class on top of top 5 class and on top of top 5 class, and you don't do shit with them, then we start having issues. Lance Richard says, it's time to move on from Will Wade. Same story every year. It seems to feel that way. And look, I'm not moving on from Will Wade just yet. Not just yet. I'm not to that point yet. But I do think we need to start questioning some things. Here's another thing that's a part of that. We all know about the allegations. We all know about the investigation. Is Will Wade worth what we're going through in the investigation that puts eyes all around, not just football, not just basketball, but football, baseball, everything around LSU. Do you want those eyeballs on you? And now you're getting your asses beat. I don't want to hear about COVID. I don't want to hear about, well, COVID this, COVID that. I don't want to hear it because Nate Oates has kids out there raining threes up on that ass. So I don't want to hear it. Billy Reddy says Jason Morgan, no source, but if he wanted to be at LSU, he would have signed already. Daddy drama. You don't know that. Billy, you don't know that. You don't know that. I'm just letting you know right now, you don't know that. We'll see. There's one thing that I did kind of hear and kind of have sourced is there might be the reason he didn't sign today was because he wanted a commitment video to be released, and that's why he didn't sign today. We'll see. We will see. Jacob Bryson, what's up, Jacob? He says, Will needs to create ways to get Cam shots. Can't just depend on him to create his own shots 24/7. Jacob, I agree with that, man. I agree with that. He's got to be able to scheme up something that can get him shots. I agree with you there. Completely agree with you there. Like 100%. Just got a message. Hold on, I'm going to respond. Yes, I'm on my show. I thought it was something Brian Thomas related. Sorry, guys. I just wanted to see. I see some thumbs up here. I see some thumbs up and some stuff like here in reference to something. Mr. Starkey, what's happening, my friend? I just saw no coach in LSU history has won as many games in the first 3 or 4 years than Will Wade. Darius Days is not playing. No way to replace his points and rebounds. Starkey, I'm with you there. But the laziness on the defensive end, the stupid shot selection. I mean, look, what are you, 11-7 right now? LSU's 11-6 with this talent, man. With this talent. So, again, I'm of the opinion. I don't really care what. I don't care what you did 5 years ago. I don't care if. And I would have to research that, Starkey. Are we sure about that? Eric Storm says, ask Blake, what's the scoop on quarterback Cole Lord about his commitment? I was told that and he posted it too, but I was told that he's going to push the commitment back a little bit and that maybe now there's some other schools that are interested in Cole Lord. Funny how that works, right? Funny how that works. Now maybe Texas, Vanderbilt, some other schools in the South are now interested in Cole Lord. So we'll see. We will see. If LSU wants him, just give him the offer. Give him the full offer, not the blue shirt, green shirt, yellow shirt, blue shirt, looking like a whole shirt of Fruity Pebbles. Don't give him that. If you want him, go get him. But I don't think that LSU wants him like that. Yeah, all the thumbs up. I mean, look at it. We talked about this earlier. Lonnie Young says, Will Wade coach under Shaka so he knows defense. Shaka Smart, you mean? Well, here's the question I have about that, Lonnie. If he knows defense, then why is this? He might know defense. There's a difference. Hey, you know who knows defense? Let me throw this one at you. You know who knows defense? Bo Pelini. There's not a lot Bo Pelini hasn't seen, but it doesn't matter that he knows it. Can he communicate and can his team execute it? That's the end of the day. That's the question mark. That's the question mark. Six Packs of Kids says 2 of 14 at some point. Got to make baskets. Like you said, no dogs or no fight on YouTube. Six pack of kids, right. At the start of the second half, LSU went 2 of 14. I mean, you could put 3 of 15 in there. And then 3 of 16, 3 of 17. Guys, to start the half, if we want to prolong this, if we want to extend this, LSU went 3 of 17. Because this is what I did when they showed the graphic that LSU was 2 of 10 to start the second half. I kept up with the shot selection. And once we got to 3 to 17, I quit counting. What does it matter at that point? What does it matter? It doesn't matter. Everyone joining the show, my name is Blake Ruffino. This is Are You Serious Sports. This is the LSU postgame show. We have not done any sponsorship tonight. We need to do that. Very quickly, very quickly. Guys, go see my good friends over at GM Varnado & Sons. RV repair, big rig overhauls, motorhome chassis, truck repair, routine maintenance, tire repair, tire rotations, tire sales. No job is too big or too small over at GM. Give them a call today. 225-664-9992. That's 225-664-9992. Tell them Blake Ruffino over at AYS sent you by. And my good friend, Mr. John Patton over at Area Home Lending. If you want to save money on your mortgage, call him. Literally, guys, I'm saving money on my mortgage. Like literally I think it was $100, $175, $200 on my mortgage. 225-663-2500. That's 225-663-2500. And tell them your good friend, Mr. Blake Ruffino at AYS sent you on by. Okay, we're going to do this, and we'll do this to end the show, but hashtag Ask Blake as always. Every time I have a show planned, right, like a show planned, stuff I want to do, we never are able to really get to it because of the simple fact that LSU just poo-poos the bed basketball-wise, like literally poo-poos the bed. Everybody joining the show, do me a favor too. Please do us a favor. Hit the like and share on Facebook and share into some groups as well. Please do that for us. Oh, and by the way, I had a lot of you message me in reference to the PS5. Keep messaging me. I still don't have it. Brandon Reed says, ask Blake. He says, to me, even when they have a huge lead, they always end up in a tight game. That's being a mentally weak team. Most teams in that situation would put their foot on the throat. Brandon, I agree with you, brother. Brandon, I agree with you. They are mentally weak. Again, they don't have that dog. Carlton Cisco, what's up, brother? He says, Sirius XM radio show Fade the Noise this week called LSU basketball team, a team with a very low IQ following Texas Tech loss. Has this team and its leader been exposed? Absolutely. This team doesn't have I want to be careful with that one. I want to be careful. It does seem that this team does not have a very high IQ. Are they very talented? Yes. Are they basketball smart? No. If you want an example of that, Texas Tech. Guys, Cam Thomas is shooting in triple coverage. 3 guys are on him, and he's shooting when you're down by 5 and you can make it a basketball game. He's trying to force shots. Yes, I do think that they don't have a high IQ. I mean, he's not wrong. Kenny on Facebook says, not too worried about Brian Thomas. LSU is okay at wide receiver. Kenny, I'm with you there. I agree. But what you don't want to at times, what you don't want in recruiting, is what you don't want is you don't want to have to continue to face guys from your state. Brian Thomas goes to Texas A&M. You do not want to face that guy, right? Like why would you want to go against Brian Thomas? All right, we might cut it short tonight too. Carlton Cisco says we won the SEC 2 regular seasons ago. Then I get what you're saying. But at the same time, it just feels like this team is not that good. You have the talent. And Carlton, here's the whole point of all of this. Again, I'm not saying move away from Will Wade. I'm not saying that. I've been very vivid on this show saying Again, not saying move away from Will Wade. Didn't say that. However, what I am saying, and quite simply I'm saying is, can we not start questioning what's going on? Is that not a fair assessment that we can't sit back and say, hey, we need to start questioning things? I think it is. MLM0039 on YouTube says, as Blake, you're right. There's no dogs. Guys like to talk about Mamba mentality, but it doesn't seem like anyone on this team has it. No, they don't have it. Kobe Bryant would never. LeBron James would never. Drew Brees, well, I can't say would never, but Drew Brees mentality-wise would never. Tom Brady would never. If we're going to keep it in the basketball context, Michael Jordan would never. Shaquille O'Neal, when he was with the Lakers, would never. They don't have a dog. Will's got to go find that dog. Jacob Bryson says, when LSU baseball rolls around, would love to come on there and chat. Yeah, I know you talked about that a couple times. I know you talked about that. You got to put your skins on the wall, Jacob. You got to put your skins on the wall now, man. This is episode 187 now. We've done this 187 times. First time I see my dog comment. I get what you're saying, but come on now. Garrett on Facebook Live says, ask Blake, opinion on Chris Richard hire in New Orleans. Who do we go after for tight end quarterbacks? Man, I don't know. Sean Payton can coach quarterbacks. I mean, I know you had Lombardi. I mean, look, one thing that I'll give Sean Payton, although he's petty, although Sean Payton is extremely petty, it is the simple fact that he knows good coaching and he knows when he sees it. Damn, we got a lot of comments. Hashtag Ask Blake. Guys, you want a question? Let's answer it. Let's see. I even forgot what we were doing tonight. Oh yeah, the hashtag Ask Blake. Look, recruiting didn't go the way that we thought today. It wasn't a big splash. I mean, look, February recruiting is not going to be a big splash like it is in December. It's not going to be. Lamar Williams says, ask Blake, how did you let Matt get away with saying Brennan was more athletic than Joe? Wait, hold on. What? Hold on. First off, I didn't see that. Who said that? Lamar, you're going to have to, hit me up on Facebook, hit my messenger. Wait, what? We got a guy in here, Matt, saying that Miles Brennan is more. I don't see it. Let me know. Y'all, Miles Brennan's not more athletic than Joe Burrow. Stop. Hey, listen. Stay off the weed. Stay off the cocaine and the mojo. Stop that. Some people are just so stupid, man. Terry says, ask Blake, recruiting wrap up. I mean, other than Brian Thomas tomorrow, you're going in the transfer portal. Listen, I can continue to beat this table down to its infancy and continue to say Henry TuaTua. LSU, if they're going to target 3 individuals in the transfer portal, I would go get a safety. I would go get a linebacker. I forget the kid's name from Jacksonville State, whose name's starting to pop up, and maybe an offensive tackle. Look, I'm not going to poo-poo on Ed Orgeron in reference to going to the transfer portal. He's had a lot of success. In the very beginning, when Ed Orgeron would go to the portal, I would get a little skeptical, but I'm not going to do that now, right? We can't do that. Tate on Facebook says, got to move away from Wade. No discipline, no leadership, no in-game adjustments. Here's another thing about Will Wade that we're talking about on the court type situations. This isn't just on the court situations either now. When do we start questioning Will Wade? in reference to things that he's doing. Are you going to take the investigation with that too? Are you going to take everything that came with Will Wade during the summer with the investigation and everything and continue to get your ass kicked? Oh, well, he won the most games in the – okay. Brandon says, I'm sure Brad Stevens would be a good hire, but I don't know. They can't get Brad Stevens now. They can't get Brad Stevens. Ain't no way. Lamar Williams has asked, like, the guy you interviewed from the news said that while you guys was talking. Wait, what? I must have missed that then. I don't think Lamar, we're going to have to go back to that. I don't think Matt Trent said that. No, I just know my dog. My dog, Matt Trent from WBRZ, he ain't say Miles Brennan was more athletic than Joe Burrow. He didn't say that. I can't. Now, I'm going to go back and listen. Carolyn McClendon, what's up, Carolyn? She said all the issues with the basketball team falls on Will Wade. If Cam Thomas is shooting the ball too much, sit his ass down. Thomas is obviously Wade's favorite, and the other players know that. Carolyn, that's a really damn good point. That's a really damn good point. Carolyn, I'm with you, Carolyn. Good point. Actually, great point. Okay, Carolyn. Carolyn must have played a little basketball back in her day. Carolyn was shooting in the gym. She was crossing people over. Swish. People on the podcast didn't see. I just did a little crossover move. Booyah. Shot made. All right, a couple more. We're going to get out of here. It's kind of getting a little late. It's getting about 8:41. Jacob Bryson says, crying face emoji, sideways crying face emoji. I'm late to the game. I know my baseball though, and I have a little skin on the baseball game. I got you, but listen, got to comment more than one show now. Sometimes we having 5,000 views on the thing. Garrett says Matt Trent said that. Where was I at? Did I just miss that, y'all? Did Matt Trent say that Miles Brennan was more athletic than Joe Burrow? Did I miss that? Okay, then I'm going to text my dude. Lamar says, yes, he absolutely did, and you nodded your head a little as if you were in agreement. Lamar, I swear on my son, I didn't listen, I'm having to do all the controls on the back thing. If he said that, I don't remember that. All right, I'll go listen. Damn, everybody's saying he said that. I missed that then. Listen, I am not nodding to that. Bullshit. All right, I'm going to get on my boy Matt Trent. No, that ain't true. He ain't more athletic than Joe Burrow. God believes Jesus, no. Why would I even nod to that? What was I doing? All right, I'm going to go listen. Jeez. Maybe I just was kind of like, was I like this? Blaine says, ask Blake, can we ever be consistent contender in basketball? No. In my opinion, no. Carl Dunn says, heard the same thing about Speedy Noel going to A&M, see what happened and nothing. Speedy Noel was a very crazy situation, Carl. I mean, look, Speedy liked to do things that LSU is very common known that they don't like you doing them. Just is what it is. See, Travis says, I'm pretty sure Matt said that. Damn, where am I at with this? Starkey says, well, I think we should let Wade build a program. He already has an SEC championship. Who the hell would we replace him with that? Starkey, again,
It's not replacing him. I'm not saying replacing him. I'm saying that, again, this is like the 7th time I've said this, is that should we start questioning him? And I think that we should start questioning what's going on here. I mean, you're getting your asses beat. You've lost, 4 of the last 5 games, 3 of the last 4 games, whatever it is. Let's see. Hold on. I can tell you right now. Hold on. I'm getting to it. Hold on. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, you've won 1 of the last 5. 1 of the last 5 games you've won. So I think that you should start questioning. And replacement, that's not my job. Kenny says, Carl the cat in the house. Yeah, we love our good friend Carl. Ryan says, yeah, Blake, Matt did say that. I was taken back by it. I thought he misspoke. I think he maybe did misspeak. Look, I've had a lot of conversations with Matt Trent, and he does not believe that. That's why I don't know. Because I sure as shit don't believe that. I'll bring that man back on this thing, and we'll debate that. Garrett says, Blake, what's your favorite bourbons? My favorite bourbon is the official sponsor of AYS. I don't know if you could see that with the light, but the Ragged Branch is our official. All right, let's get out of here. We've been here for 45 minutes, and it's getting a little late. Guys, my name is Blake Ruffino. We will see you tomorrow. We have a great show in store for you tomorrow. We have Zach Pearson and Tommy Krysan joining the show. We will see you guys tomorrow. Peace out.